You're now listening to Out the Box Radio with your host, Kendall JP.
Hola! What's going on? We are back, Out the Box Radio, after a long week.
Yes.
I missed everybody. Out the Box is what I breathe. It's going through my blood.
Yes,
I need it in my life. So I hope y'all tuning in, because I only get to do it once a week.
Once a week.
I be feeling like I'm deprived of my
know.
babies and my listeners.
I know. And I've been gone for what,
and-
3 weeks?
Thank you. And Honor's back in the studio with us. She has been gone for a
Yeah.
minute, but doing productive things.
Yeah.
Traveling all over the place. Damn.
been
California, Cuba. California back to Maryland, then Cuba. I was like, wait, was she here in town? Because I saw her posting stuff. I'm like, wait, she's not back home.
For like 2 days.
For like 2 days.
Yeah.
I was like, girl.
I missed you, though.
I missed you too. Things
know.
are just not the same.
No, it's not.
Ugh.
I miss Out the Box. I was like,
Yes.
ah!
Well, you are here now.
Yes, baby.
Let's make Out the Box worth it. Let's do it.
Indeed.
Well, look, we're going to get into a topic today. I'm going to explain things for Miss Honor because, I got to get her hip to what's going on with the game. So there's a show, and we have a tribute today that was, originally set for today to do a shout-out for the show, The Bad Girls Club. Now, The Bad Girls Club, for those of you who know, usually airs on Oxygen Network. And I've talked about this many times before because that was one of my favorite shows I've watched since the very first season. So I think it's 17 seasons. So it's been about, I want to say 2007 or 8 is when it first aired. You're talking almost 10 years.
Oh, okay. I say
Almost
two,
a decade.
2 seasons a year.
Yeah, two seasons a year. Almost an entire decade. And what's crazy is I've watched every single one of them. And I always thought, you know what?
Every episode?
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
dedication right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's dedication.
You're a fan, baby.
And after a while, I got so used to it. Like I wasn't thinking it was crazy. I thought it was normal. Like
Yeah.
it's just my show that I watch
Yeah.
every Tuesday night,
Yep.
8 o'clock, and then they pushed it to 9. And I was like, okay, y'all pushing it, but
Gotta
I'm gonna
stay
go ahead
up.
and tune in. Yeah, I gotta stay up. But I've watched every season. They have some crazy people. So Bad Girls Club, for those of you who don't know, is almost exactly what it sounds like. They put 7 or 8 random girls in a house that have the biggest personalities, the craziest attitudes, that are going through life struggles. Maybe they have issues with their parents. Maybe they just are used to fighting all the time. Some of them honestly shouldn't be on the show. Some of them are girls that are like shy and quiet, but they on the Bad Girls Club, and we trying to figure out how they got casted. But what's crazy is like throughout the experience, they're in the house for like 2 or 3 months, and it's like the real world, but all females living in a house together. So
That
you
would
already
drive me insane.
exactly, and that's how you already know it's about to go down.
Yep.
Because these girls have different personalities, they don't know how to act, and overall, they just every little thing irritates somebody, and they start fighting. Every little thing. So immediately, like I could take your drink and just put it on my coaster, and they'd be like, "Bitch!" and they just start fighting. Like it's some stuff like that. Like they have issues, and I know the production team pushes some things.
I was like, yeah.
But
I was going to ask
but
that.
absolutely. But they still have issues, and they fight all the time. So the moral of the show is they try to better themselves, connect better with other females, and making a more peaceful and positive environment, but also role models for other females out there.
So that's the whole point of
That's the point
show?
of the show, but
Oh,
does
wow.
that usually happen? No.
Do they let them like really fight, like full blown, or do they interact and start a fight and then stop? And,
No. So what they do, the earlier seasons, they did not have security on the show,
Oh wow.
which means when you have a girl attacking you, other girls in the house would have to pull you off of her. There's no producer coming out. There's no security guard coming out.
Shit.
It used to get really bad till like blood would be shown.
Yeah.
Then they called on to it was like, no, this is too dangerous. Like
Hell
these people
yeah.
are going to the hospital
They
type
get
stuff.
sued.
Yeah, and that's why they did it. So now they have security. So security will break it up as quickly as they can, but they still have a few good hits in before they do. They won't come out until they actually swing. Then they come out. So by that time it's too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For
yeah,
some
yeah.
people, it's one hit and you out. For some people, some of these big dyke bitches, they be looking like big old bulldozers. One hit by that pit bull, you are gone.
Done.
There's no more getting up. So so that's the moral of the show. But overall, usually what happens is whoever lasts the longest in the house be like almost like the winner. There's no competition, but you feel like the winner when you come out
Okay.
when you can make it all the way through the show. Most girls do not make it all the way through the show
Because they leave on their own, or is it because
because they fight and they get
Fall
kicked
off?
off the show.
Oh shit.
They will kick you off the show. So that's kind of like the background overall of this series itself. And my question for you, Honor, and this will be a question that people can call into as well, and we invite anybody to call in for those of you who know about Bad Girls Club, or for those of you who don't know but just heard about the description of it. Imagine it being like the real world times 10. So if you were on a show like this, like what role, if you will, like, and there's no real role, but yourself, your personality, what would you play? Would you be like the quiet, timid one? Would you be like the outgoing, fun one, the more laid back, chill one, the instigator who'd be pushing people's buttons, or just overall like the defender? Like, you not only fight people all the time, but you defend people who you like in the house, and you'll fight for them too. Like, which role would you say
Oh man,
you would be in a Bad Girls house?
I would have split personalities. For one, I'd definitely be the wild and fun girl because that's just who I am. But
Yeah.
then also times I need to be chill.
Okay.
And just, laid back.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, let's say I become friends with someone there, I'm sure that I would defend someone who's my friend.
Of course.
But
of
I'm
course.
definitely I'm not the instigator type, nor the quiet or emotional unless I'm really, really angry.
Okay.
But yeah.
So,
I'd
okay.
be more chill and fun.
I guess my question for you then would be, okay, if you're angry, so what would somebody have to do, like, as far as pushing your buttons to really get you to the point where you would be that angry to fight?
Just if they touch me or get my personal space.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not gonna look out to try to fight somebody. Like,
Just for fun.
yeah, that's bullshit.
Okay.
I would be good because I wouldn't personally try to start any kind of fight in that house.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know how to defend yourself, so either way,
Absolutely.
you you can take care of your own.
Yes. Well, what
Okay.
about you? Should I guess Trump? His ass
Take a
would be
guess.
the instigating motherfucker. Yo,
That's
and
the
the fun wild one.
that's the two I would be. I'm very chill, but when I'm around other people, I'm not as chill as I am by myself. When I'm around other people, I get very hyped. So I'm going to be the fun, outgoing one that wants to bring everybody together and
Yep.
do crazy stuff. Like, let's go rock climbing. Let's go, like,
Hell yeah.
deep sea diving. Like, let's do something fun and crazy, right? I want to
Let's
do that
twerk.
kind of stuff. Let's twerk on the roof, like, and attract people driving by. Like, let's wave with our cheeks. Like, I'll be the kind of person that will set some shit off. But
I know.
at the same time, I feel like I would be more of that role, but I also would absolutely be the instigator because I sound bad. But no, because if it's dry, and
okay.
if you're in a house with people that you barely know for 2 or 3 months, 24 hours a day you filming in your face, you begin to know these people,
Yeah.
right? If it's so dry that it's quiet in the house, there's
You
nothing.
create the entertainment.
There's nothing going on. Exactly. You have to be able to do something. You got to stir the pot a little bit. And you can be very messy and act like somebody else stirred it, but you're the one holding the stick. But don't mean you see me holding the stick.
You be slick with it.
I can be very sneaky.
I can see that.
I'll be the one to be like rubbing my hands like who? Like I just,
Yeah.
yes.
What
I'm
can I do now?
watching these dumb bitches like they're my puppets. I'm telling you, I would be crazy. Now I don't do that in real life. Will I fight in real life? Absolutely. But I'm to the point where I'm grown, so I will only put my hands on somebody if they put their hands on me first,
Yep.
or if they're super disrespectful and they keep at it, like in my face, and they won't stop. Then I gotta pop them in the mouth, at least knock a tooth out, so I can give them a moment to go to the dentist, and then they're not
Yeah.
bothering me for at least 30 minutes. So I'm gonna pop somebody if they
Speaking
yeah.
of fights, when's the last time you've been in a fight?
Oh my gosh! Oh, let me think about this. The last time I've been into a fight, was in a fight, was probably, I've been good, Honor. I've been good. I think the last time I actually fought was the Walmart fight that I had,
A Walmart fight?
which was, we've talked about on the show before, which was 2 years
I knew
ago.
it sounded familiar.
2 years ago. So it wasn't recently. I've been good. I've popped off on
Oh,
people,
2 years
absolutely.
ago.
I've threatened to fight people, but no one's been
Yeah.
willing enough to put their hands on me and try me.
Yeah. Good.
I love I love people to challenge me. I encourage that. If people want to fight me, I will literally ask them to please hit me. Like, I want you to hit
Go
me.
ahead.
So yeah, go ahead. We're gonna see who's the last one standing. I encourage it. I don't mind. But overall, like, no, it's been a few years,
Okay.
and the only reason I did that was because she deserved it. So
Oh.
yeah. What about you? I'm gonna
2
say
years
it's
ago? Two
okay.
New years ago.
So on New Year's,
Yeah.
what happened? Were you drunk?
No.
Oh, okay. I had to ask that question. It's New Year's, so I'm thinking you
I'm
might
not
have
drunk.
alcohol, intoxicating you a little bit. What
I don't
happened?
even know. We were there. I was with my boyfriend at the time. It was a group of us. We had a table, and this chick, and she was beautiful, and she was with her husband who was with us at the table, and she was like Spanish, and she was just talking Spanish, Telemundo, all that. I'm like,
Wait, does that mean TV?
yeah.
Oh, I'm saying you mad about that? You was mad that she said.
No,
Oh.
that's all I'm hearing. So I'm like, all right, okay, you speaking all the Spanish. I know what's going on. So she was across from the table. All I know is that she was in front of me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck just happened? It's Twilight Zone. So I'm like, look, beautiful.
Twilight
bonita,
Zone.
Calm down. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then, like, she tried to push me, and then the security came, and she left, was on the side table. Then she came back my face again. I lost it, popped her. She disappeared, and I don't know where the fuck she went.
Oh
she was
my
gone. She was on the
gosh.
ground, but I didn't know it. But like it was like I tried to defuse it, and then she like kept coming back.
Yeah, see, that's not good.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
You can't push
I felt
people's
bad
buttons.
afterwards, though. I called her husband and was like, yo, can I just call and apologize? I still never talked to her, so I don't even know her name, but I'm really sorry because that really sucks. No. But
Don't
whatever.
apologize.
No,
It's,
because it was,
it's
I mean,
2 years later.
3 years, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, well, look, if someone I don't apologize for no past mistakes, because if you know what you're getting into in the moment, you know what you was doing.
I don't know. I still feel bad. I can't help it.
So wait, you got a few good swings then. Did you?
Oh, no, I got one, and then
did-
she was gone.
Oh, what you mean, like knocked out TKO or like gone like she ran?
No,
Like
I
a,
hit her, and she disappeared. She was down somewhere. I didn't see her. It was
oh, you was
crazy.
performing some magic
I don't
tricks
know
over
what-
there. You had that magic dust, that stuff be flying up.
I don't know
Boom.
what happened.
And she just disappeared. Okay, let me find out
Yeah,
on
it
her.
was crazy.
I'll be interested to see you get in a fight. I
No,
would
because
support
I
you.
don't want pull my damn hair.
That's the thing. I want to see how your dreads swing because you could use that as a weapon. You could be
my
like you could be like Wonder Woman and spin in a circle like this and you could just knock them out. I want to see it. I want to see it.
I don't
Girl,
want nobody messing up my face.
They not. They
or
won't. They won't.
Scratching me.
they won't.
Mm-mm.
'Cause I'm
I'd
gonna
rather
be-
just love up on people.
Because I'm. You want to be a lover, not a
Yeah,
fighter.
I'm a lover, baby. Let me come
Oh.
love up on you.
Well, look, you might be on the wrong show. The Bad Girls Club.
Today. Oh, I ain't going on
No,
that
there's a
show.
bunch of bad girls that be in the house that be eating the cat. They don't
They
claim
be
that.
eating it?
Oh well,
I
they
thought you
don't,
said beating it, but I guess they could do both.
they might do both because I'm sure they're allowed to bring a strap on into the house with them.
Probably.
They probably eat it and then beat it.
And he eat it, then
That's
beat
the
it.
rule, right? You got to eat it before you beat it.
Or beat it, then eat it.
Oh, it's
Or beat it, beat it.
What about at the? Let me start. I'm about to say what about the same time, but I don't know. Well, you could do that if someone else is beating it and you go to eat it. Anyway.
Oh my God! That's somewhere else.
But then I feel like something gonna slip and then you're gonna catch me off guard and be like, "What?" And then you just like hit like a sword in the face. Off with his head. Literally.
Bad.
So no, but some of the girls in the house they claim that they're like, oh yeah, I'm straight. Like I don't like girls, but then they catch them on the cameras
Please.
under the sheets moaning and like
Yep.
rustling up on them and doing stuff.
A lot of women say that they wet noodles.
I feel like when you get in a house stuck with females for 2 or 3 months, you ain't getting no sex. Like you're gonna have to verge into something you may not be used to, at least
little
once or
drink up
twice.
in you.
Hello. Oh,
They're
and all
curious.
they do is drink liquor,
Oh,
so you know what's going down in the house.
absolutely.
Well, let's talk about it real quick because I know Anna, yeah, you don't really you don't really watch the show too much.
No, I don't.
But I'm gonna
But
tell
it's
you.
interesting.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. You have to look on YouTube at some of the crazy fights. If you type in like crazy
I did.
BGC fights, you'll see some of the crazy ones. And I'm gonna shout out a few people from BGC that I liked. So out of all 17 seasons, I didn't really pay attention too much to the last one because I don't know, just the last one, the theme of it wasn't that interesting to me. But yeah, so obviously, if you watch the show, you would know Tanisha's like the OG. Like Tanisha's like the known one of the show. Like
Okay.
Taraji P is the known girl of Empire. She's the known bitch for BGC. She was on season 2. She was a big girl, and she would just mollywop and knock people out. If you ever see memes online of this big girl with a pink overnight, I'm trying to picture in my head a pink like nightgown on with a pink do rag, and then pots and pans. And she's screaming, "I don't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna look it up."
I'm gonna look
They
this
have
shit
memes
up.
of it everywhere, and that's Tanisha. So Tanisha was my favorite character of all, but she's also the host of all the reunion shows
Oh,
for
okay.
BGC. So she's made it really far in the process. I love her to death. She's just crazy. But the other person I would say is friend to our show, who was our first interview, Judy, who was on day one when we launched Out the
Oh,
Box
okay,
Radio.
yep.
Judy called in. So Judy's my favorite. Judy's crazy. We all know she's a little voodoo vixen. She's a little cuckoo, but she's a good cuckoo. I love her to death. But the one thing that you watch Judy's journey, she was on season 7, and then she did like an all-star season, which had like all the favorite people, and then she did like the 13th season, which was like the BGC redemption, where like the girls are redeeming themselves from having a bad name. But she didn't. The funny thing is, Judy didn't change from
was
any
herself.
season. Every season. Oh, and she was in All-Star Battle or whatever. Anyway, she was in like 3 or 4 different seasons of the show, and she did not change from 3 or 4 years apart each one. I'm like, girl, you ain't changed one bit from each except her looks.
It's a good thing.
I mean, she still had that crazy like mentality
Yeah.
about her. She still would go crazy and fight, but then she didn't know how to fight, but she would attempt to fight.
Yep.
She didn't know how to fight, and she would cry about everything, always in tears, always boo-hooing. Oh my God,
At least she stayed true to herself.
you gotta love Judy. You gotta love Judy J.
She got big booty.
Big Booty Judy. I used to call her that. I don't know. You know what? I don't know if she got a big. I'm trying to remember her butt. I don't think she has a big boot. No, she doesn't.
No?
Oh, now I remember. No.
Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Just had to ask.
No.
Thank
There was a
you.
scene where she was in a club and she was showing her kitty. She had a short skirt on.
Yeah.
And like she was at a hookah bar and she was drunk and she was dancing on this girl and they had like a picture of a cat's head over her coot because her skirt opened up and I guess it was out and about and she wasn't wearing drawers. So. And I remember seeing her butt. She ain't had no butt. It's like SpongeBob.
Okay.
I love you, Judy.
Whatever.
But it's okay. Some of us got
Everybody
SpongeBob
have it.
booties.
That's right.
I don't, but some people do.
That's okay.
Some people do. Look, so we're gonna skip around a little bit topics, okay? And I'm gonna let people. I'm gonna keep my composure. I'm gonna say this
Please breathe. Mother.
for those of you who are tuning in. I'm gonna say this.
Maybe.
We will be taking a break in a second before we get into our next topics. This is what I'm going to say. Our show today was called The Bad Girls Farewell because I wanted the opportunity to provide those cast members from the Bad Girls Club a chance to say their final farewell to the entire series. It's no longer going to be filmed. Oxygen dropped it because they're going to be an all crime series network. Yep. So there's no more BGC. And a lot of these girls after BGCs don't make it nowhere. They just become like club promoters and entrepreneurs in their own field, but they don't do much of anything else. So I wanted to provide them a platform to say, good, farewell. Yeah. In our upcoming shows so far, we have a possible chance of scheduling some other bad girls that are on different seasons. Today, we were supposed to have Flo and Persuasion on the show. This is who we have on the show, me and Honor.
Yeah. That's all we need.
I'm Flo and she's Persuasion. So this is who we have. No, it was not a setup. So those of you who are tuning in, it was absolutely not a setup. Just, I think, a lack of communication is what I'll say.
But
so
things like this happen.
Things do happen. Things do happen.
Okay.
We
Go
make
to
it
plan
work.
B and C.
We make it work.
That's right.
So, I mean, overall, I still want to give a final farewell to Bad Girls Club
Yep.
in general because I feel like it was a long-lasting show. Obviously, it had viewers if it stayed on for 17 seasons.
Oh, yeah. it had
So,
to.
with that being said, those of you who are fans of BGC who are tuning in, feel free to call us, write us on Facebook. But we
Yep.
want to hear from you. Who was your favorite bad girl of all 17 seasons and why? Or what was your favorite BGC fight? Because they had some known fights on the show that went like very viral. So, we're definitely curious in finding out from you. We'll take your calls when we get back. We're going to take a quick break and then we will get into our next juicy topics. Out the box.
Peace.
So tired. So tired. I said I'm so tired of hearing the same thing on the radio today. I swear I'm so tired of hearing the same thing on the radio today. 'Cause if you look to my light, you see what I see. There's just me, and one ain't the magic number. I think you better call Tyrone, share this song. 'Cause this is the prototype. 'Cause all they talk about is rims and the cribs and the cars and the ice. And no matter what the cost, so they sold for the price if it's right. May I got nothing left to say because we got listed plays. See, I'm on the radio today. If I write this down, would you hear me? If I belt this out, would you feel me? Plays on circumstance and it kills me. Music changes lives, doesn't really. I swear I'm so tired of hearing the same thing on the radio today. To the purpose, keep me grounded, keep me close. Surrounded by your wisdom, keep me humble, glad I found it. To the place you build me, torn down, kill me, build up, raise me. Sometimes that's how the day be. To the future, you're the future, and the future needs some sutures. If our youth don't have nothing to help them grow, be a friend, be a helper, difference be yourself. Can't depend on no one else. Oh, 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 oh. Today, don't know. Today, don't know. Oh, 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 oh. Today, don't know. Today, don't know. Oh, 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 oh. Today, don't know. Is that your message on the radio? Today, yeah. I'll forever be dreaming, 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 dreaming. And I won't ever stop dreaming, 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 dreaming. Man, I am counting the days when I can get someplace. See, I'm on the radio today. So can I get some love on the radio today? Remember something with the radio today. I said on the radio today.
We can't sleep. I find it hard to settle down.
How can I pretend? I just can't keep pretending that you love me, baby. I've learned everybody won't like you. City full of killers, everybody won't fight you. If you got a gun, then they might gunfight you. You could be the one, bitch, I might one night you. I'm the type to hit the strip club and know the dances. You the type to lead a strip club and hold the dances. Hated on by niggas that's doing better than me, cause no matter what, I am what they never could be. Real. I heard I got a few haters in the city. It's cool, but I love to see the city in alliance. Looking pretty over all the pity and defiance. We can all dance to the violence of violence. Still can't sleep through the sirens and silence. Smoking for the dead, I vaporize a hearse. Had to write a copy cause they plagiarized the verse. I be in the latest fashion, they arriving first. We be gliding with the eagles knowing they provide a perch. Bitch, look up at the skyline. Even in the eye of the storm, I fly fine. Underhands never go over my head. No traitors with a gun over my bed. Bet you I'ma spread the butter over my bread. 100 years later, they gon' know what I said. Hear me in your nightmares, see me in your dreams. Niggas want pain, I will be the genie to your scream. I'm a star, gonna make that wish. Safe off of his hand, I grabbed it, kissed it. Karma used to sleep in the bed with me, I missed it. And I buttered my biscuit. Couple niggas near me got me Larry. And block logistics got me optimistic. As I dwell through the depths of hell, at one step at a time, but the steps of 12 follow. On my way to AA, need a AAA. I drag my balls to the ground and hit into a triple play. Still I gotta let my nuts hang. Dick pick on the neck, cause I was tryna fuck fame. The broke rap about money, I feel it's mundane. I'm the line leaving the den, and I'm untamed. Chain smoking got me high, so high. Had sex in the sky, and the sun came. So if you get some sperm on your perm and it's hot when it drops, let it burn, baby, burn. Only one these standing outside the car. Look, I fear being a square. I grew up preparing keys in the squares. Trunk full, you can barely squeeze in a spare. Gangs giving death, charity in a chair. Dope fiends fiending, they would rather the needle. Drums going off, they trying to battle the Beatles. Good versus evil, better gather your people. They hate me cause I'm strong, cause they would rather I'm feeble. But don't mistake my confidence for conceit, or the downplay of my dominance for defeat. they stop sagging. I know they hate the word, I'ma never stop swagging. They been doing I dropped since '09, it's not dragging. Fine, I can't miss. Stop kicking. Cosigns broker, the median mediocre. I got jokers that's trying to beat me in poker. Joker beats a king, everybody follows suit. And if you win the game, everybody follows you. So there's clowns at the top. If you looking for some real niggas in this game, look down at the top. You wanna be the man, you gotta beat the man. So I'm lucky enough to shoot a few rounds at the top. Blah!
We back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We're about to open this box real quick and get into some topics of the day.
Let's go.
So those of you who are tuning in, feel free to call in. Our studio number is 301-288-3100. Again, 301-288-3100. Any of our following topics we would love to have you call in about. Check us out on Facebook as well, on our Drew's page, myself,
Yes, sir.
and the Out the Box Radio Show page. We have some questions out there. We would love to hear from you. So one topic I want to talk about first is Nicki Minaj. She's starting to trend right now all over the place, and people are like, okay, why, right? She had this big old beef with Remy like a couple months ago. Everyone was downplaying her. I think Kmart cut her clothing line off because of some issues that she was having in the industry. So she had a down spiral. She came back in a good light, I feel like, and I give my props to Nicki because I've always been a fan of Nicki, and I think what she did recently, what we're going to get into, was very kind-hearted. But then again, I don't know if she did it to make a good name for herself and
Yeah.
try to come back in the spotlight in a good way because of the way she's been bashed out, or if she did it out of the kindness of her heart. So I found out recently, and if you guys are on Twitter, it's definitely trending right now. Nicki recently had posted on Twitter that this was the prize originally. She was giving away a prize, a chance to meet her at the Billboard Music Awards in person for anybody who was willing to record themselves singing her new song, which is called, I think, Regret in Your Tears. If you would record yourself and send it to her and you won, then she would send you tickets to come see her at the Billboard Music Awards. That was the original prize, right?
Yeah.
But then someone on Twitter came back and was like, pretty much like, how about you pay off my college tuition, LOL. Like, how about that? Like, not in a mean way, in a funny way.
Yeah.
So she actually, believe it or not, and if you look online, there's images of her tweets back and forth. So it's there. The evidence is there. The proof is there. She didn't just make it up. She replied back and she was like, well, show me them straight A's that I can verify with your school and consider it paid.
Also, this was just one fan.
This was one fan, first of all.
Oh.
This fan, I think, had like a $1,300 or $1,500, it was very minimum, $1,500 balance or something like that left over.
Yeah.
It was less than $2,000. They DM'd it to her, but somebody posted a picture with like their information blacked out, but
Yeah.
it showed the picture of the transcript from school, and they had all A's.
Wow.
And she wrote back and she was like, I got you, the money's coming tomorrow. And she sent them the money. And that was just one person. I think we have a caller on the line. So caller, what is your name? Where are you calling from?
My name Mike. I'm calling from East Baltimore.
Hey,
What's going on, Mike? Hey, we all from Baltimore here, so what's going on? We all from
Yeah, I
Baltimore.
want to talk about. Yeah, I think you can virtually fall in love with somebody.
Okay. That was our next question. So can you virtually fall? Well, explain it. So how do you feel as far as it's different, obviously, meeting somebody in person and getting time to know them and falling in love? But when it comes to virtually falling in love, like, what does that mean to you? And do you have an example? Like how?
Have you experienced it?
Yeah, have you experienced it? Yeah.
No, not so much experienced it, but I will say, yeah, because fall in love with somebody. It's basically having somebody there for you, and if you can talk to that person and you can reach out to that person, and at any time and really get to talk and get to know somebody, that's communication. Yeah, you can fall in love with. Just because you don't actually see them in front of your face. Because think about how many relationships you've been in with somebody that's in front of your face, and you still don't communicate and get deep in love
You
with
can
that person.
say that again.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that person just may have to be so far away
Yeah.
for you to really connect, because then it's really only communication.
Right.
So,
So this has never happened to you?
no, Anna, it ain't happened to me.
I was gonna say, have you virtually fell in love with my co-host? Right.
Yeah,
You ain't fall in love with me when you
Anna
saw
to
me.
death.
I feel like a
love
lot of
her to
people
death.
fall in love with
I
her.
love you, baby.
Yeah, thank you absolutely for calling in, Mike. We appreciate it.
For sure,
All
y'all
right,
do y'all thing.
Yeah.
All right, Anna.
Hit me later, boo.
Yeah, we're actually going to get into that in a second because I want to know your answer too, Honor. But yeah, just to wrap up the Nicki topic, she did that for several people,
That's-
paying off the tuition. She actually,
did.
more people responded, and she paid off more people. So a total of $25,000 for, I don't know the number of people, but a certain number of people to pay off their tuitions. And for me, I felt like when it comes to kids or even students in school that are needing to be motivated to do certain things, for them, that's a level of motivation in a way.
Absolutely.
So props to Nikki. I love her for doing it. I mean, kudos to her, whether she was doing it for the right reason or not, or whether she was just flaunting her money. Who knows if it was negative or positive, but I find the positive in it. I don't see a negative in it.
Based off of what you just said, I look at it as a positive as well, because, I mean, it seems like, for one, it wasn't planned.
Yeah, it wasn't planned.
It just happened organically.
Over someone's joke.
Yeah.
Like someone joked on her comment. She was like, oh, okay, I got you. Show me the
I think
grades.
that's a beautiful thing. I mean, I think if someone's trying to flaunt their money, she has way more money to give out than $25,000.
Then $25,000. For her, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
Like,
so
that's pennies. So
I think it's a beautiful thing.
yeah, I do too.
I would do it if I had to.
If I had chump
it.
change too like that, I
Oh,
would. Well, I gotta pay off my own bills first, but keep me on the flip side. When I'm done paying my bills off, I got y'all.
That's right.
I got
Me
y'all.
too.
Yeah.
I like
And
it.
hopefully y'all got me if I ever go down the drain and I need some money. Hopefully y'all got my back. So Anna, let me ask you the question that we just asked our caller. So, what do you think about it? As far as like, can you fall in love virtually?
I think you can. I mean, looking at, have you asked me this like 10 years ago, I'd be like, hell
no.
no. 'Cause now
I ain't about to be no catfish.
Yeah.
Look, that's the thing I worry about.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, now you have FaceTime and Skype and all
Right.
these video options and stuff. And honestly, I don't think you have to be in person in order to connect with someone.
Yeah.
They don't need to be here for you to have that authentic connection.
So
And I've been there, so.
okay, so I'm gonna flip it around a little bit. I'm not gonna disagree with you because I don't disagree with
Yeah.
you, but I have a different thought on it.
Tell me.
So I don't necessarily feel like you can fall in love
Yeah.
virtually with somebody. I feel like online, it's kind of like a wall, if you will, to me. So
Yeah.
you can get to know somebody through words, absolutely.
Yes.
It depends on what you mean virtually. If you're Skyping or Snapchatting,
That's what I'm-
okay, then that's fine. If it's only like words and communications going back and forth, then you don't really know, maybe pictures, but you don't really know their real personality
None.
except in the moment that they're typing up a message to you.
But you know what? You're right, though, because even with the FaceTime and videos, you still don't know until you're in person.
Until you're in
You have to
person.
experience it in
Exactly.
different
And that's
areas.
why you
Yeah.
need, in my mind, I feel like you need a little bit of time to get to know them in every scenario and how they will react.
Now, I think that's a different question. Can you
That's a
get to
different question.
know someone virtually?
Yeah. Or do you have to get to know somebody truly before you fall in love with them?
That's even better.
So, I mean, honestly, like for me, I'm not one person that falls in love quick, but I do wear my heart on my sleeve, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
no,
once
that
I
makes sense.
trust you, then my heart is your heart.
Yep.
And absolutely, I give it away, like without hesitation. Yeah, but just don't damage it. Don't drop it.
Don't hurt
It's been
it.
broken. It's glued together for right now, but it still has some pieces
Man.
sometimes that falls off.
My shit's stitched.
Repaired,
I
right?
don't know what the fuck hold this shit
Repaired. I mean, honestly, this
I
this
still give
one
it away,
this
though.
one person I used to talk to when I was younger. I was like 18 or 19.
Okay.
Is when I first started experiencing talking to the same sex. And I talked to this person out in Texas. I don't want to put them on blast because they might be the only person that's listening from Texas. Anyway, they're one of my good friends now. But I talked to them, and we had talked for I think 4 or 5 months, like every night.
Yeah.
So I really got to know them. Their schedule, like every night.
That's a lot.
I began to have feelings for them. Absolutely. Was I in love? I had butterflies. I had that feeling of like, oh my gosh, like I'm deprived of talking to them. That did happen. I wouldn't say I was in love, but I was getting to that point where I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't not go one day without talking to this person.
Yep.
And then we met up for the first time. I flew to Texas to meet them at the age of 18.
Oh my god.
I had to tell my parents I was going to meet a friend I used to go to school with, and completely lied. I was meeting a stranger I met offline. This is like some Craigslist killer type,
This isn't a
copycat
catfish
killer
story.
shit.
Hell yeah.
But no, I really did, and I did it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the risk, take the chance, because I feel like I'm connecting with this
Yeah.
person, and we've been friends ever since. And
That's
that was 10, 11 years ago.
You gained something from that.
I gained something from it, and it was a great opportunity, but I haven't done it since. But I will say that again, it takes a while for me because I realized from that example, but other examples, you really need to get to know somebody in person.
You do
That's
need
how
to
it
get
is.
to know someone, but
But-
sometimes I feel like you can. I guess depending on all the stories. If you talk a lot, you can share all the stories. You can kind of
Yeah.
think further than just the.
Do you
surface.
give your life like stories and personal stuff away quickly, or do you kind of?
Oh, I don't give a damn. I'm an open book. So
Okay.
honestly, honestly, I meet people online all the time, and then
Yeah.
there's someone that I really, really like now that I've met online. So it's like,
Who is this? Who is this guy
only-
slash maybe
they
girl?
don't live- no, it's not
Okay.
a girl.
Oh damn.
It's not a girl.
I'm trying.
Oh, but before I get into that,
I'm trying to get-
you're-
dip her
you
into
ain't
the
gonna
pool.
Get me to purge or
Purge.
splurge.
So
What the fuck is the
dip
word?
into the lady pond. Wait a minute.
Whatever. But there's a comment by Mark Sterling, my homie. He was like, "Love is a connection, not a proximity."
Oh, that's like ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Hey.
what book did you get that out of,
I
Mr.
don't
Mark?
know.
Let me see.
He's just
Mark
a-
Sterling. That's a good one. Love is a connection, not a proximity. That's a
He's
very
just
good
a
point.
Fluid brother right there.
Right. I hope you
knows
are
how
an
to-
author of a book because you could write some shit with that
He's a
line.
public speaker. So.
I can tell. But I mean, it's true. That's some true stuff.
And I believe that. I totally
Yeah.
believe that. I mean, but you still need to witness them in person.
Absolutely.
Oh,
We have a caller on the phone. I don't know if it's Mark, but let's find out. So, who do we have on the line? Who's calling us today?
This is Randolph.
Hi, Randolph.
What's going on, Mr. Randolph? Do you go by? Can I call you Randy, or do you just go by Randolph? Let me find out first.
Randolph is preferred.
Okay, I
All
got
right.
you. Randolph, it is. Okay,
Why
I got
say
you.
it like that?
So I don't want to get beat up now. So what topic were you calling in about today?
My friend Honor posted one about can you fall in love with someone virtually?
Yes. So we've been definitely going into that in depth. What do you feel about it? I mean, can you fall in love with somebody virtually?
Okay, so this is before Facebook,
Yeah.
but so I met a girl through a friend of mine. He was all in the music business, and he was like an A&R. And so he had this girl that he showed me a picture of, and she was single and everything, and he gave her a picture of me, and she gave me a number. She lived in Miami, and I live in Baltimore. And we talked on the phone for like 3 months, and I'd say probably after the first 3 weeks, we knew that it was definitely something serious there.
Damn.
But by the time I actually physically met her, it was like on from that second.
Wow. So what happened? Why did it end? Or did it end?
Yeah, are you still in connection with that person?
No, I mean we're friends.
Good.
But,
Okay. That's
She was
good.
much younger than me, and my life was already at a certain place, and she had yet to be there.
Got it.
Right.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
So you don't want to be somebody's dad and lover at the same time,
So it just kind of just was smooth, like connection from just being on the phone into in person. It wasn't rough, like going to that, like transitioning to that.
No, it was awesome. I mean, for a long time it was awesome, but just I think eventually the relationship started to erode because of the long distance.
Yeah.
And her being in a place like Miami and in the kind of, she was a video model and also in that kind of lifestyle and meeting the kind of people that she met. Eventually, it was just like,
Yeah.
I'm young, I'm far from you, I'm living a certain lifestyle. It just wasn't feasible in the long run.
Damn it. Sounds like me now. Let me add what? Oh.
No, I'm saying, you go ahead and get that topic.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you already kind of mentioned the reason why, but if you think about it right now, do you think a long distance relationship could work for you?
I think at this maturity level,
Yeah.
yes, but it would have to be with someone that I trusted wholeheartedly and I knew was on the same page as me, like emotionally and spiritually and everything else.
Yeah. It's hard to do that.
I
It is
personally will say no.
You couldn't.
No. I've tried it before. I'm the more promiscuous one, so I don't trust
At least
myself.
you- but
No,
still, at
well,
least you
now
know
I do.
yourself.
I
Fuck
do
that.
now. I mean, 30 years old. I trust myself now because I'm not being nasty online. But I used to be a webcam model, by the way. No, but no. Honestly, like I don't like that. Like I don't feel like I can really. I don't want to keep a hold on them per se, but I want to be able to connect with them the right way. And if it's over the phone or online, long distance, it's probably not going to work out in the long run, unless if you're oftentimes meeting up to meet each other. And how long distance are we talking? That's what I would need to know. I'm not going to agree to it off the bat. I'm sorry.
Well,
I need some love and affection. Like
In person,
I need
damn
somebody
it.
to touch and grab. I don't want
wanna
I don't
roll
want to
over
roll
and
my
hump you.
phone on my crotch. Like I need somebody to
Yeah.
grab.
That's
I
true.
no, my hands have been using and abusing, honey. I need some.
Randolph, you still there?
I'm sorry.
Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you.
Well, yeah. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it. So, Honor, question for you though. Like, and I want you to answer your own question. Would you do a long distance relationship? I feel like
Fuck.
I could see you doing it.
Okay, so
I can
would,
see you doing it.
You asked me this like 4 months ago. I'd be like, hell no, what? But then if you meet the right person, you're like, oh, I wonder if I could move, or maybe I could move.
They can
or
change
maybe
my
we should
life.
do this.
Yeah, it could be a life changer.
So I think now I'm at a place, I mean, I think it depends on the person and the connection you have, and also depending on like what my next moves are in my life. Like, I'm not gonna be in Baltimore for much longer, so there's only a few places that I would move.
Right.
So yeah, I would, depending if it can also launch or they can continue with their like life goals.
Yeah. You guys can work together too.
Oh, that's moving. But to answer your question, sorry, I'm like
that's okay.
Steps ahead.
Oh, we have a caller actually as
a
well.
Caller.
Yeah.
Fuck what I'm saying. Pause me for a moment.
No, we're gonna come back to it. Caller, we have you on the line. Who is this calling us tonight?
Hi, my name is Bailey. I'm calling from Woodlawn.
Hey, baby. Oh, Woodlawn High School. I hate that high school, by the way. But Woodlawn, shout out to Woodlawn. I live close to there. It's bougie. We want to know our topic of the day. We actually have a few of them, but two of them for sure is, can you fall in love with somebody virtually, like online, and or can you do long distance relationships?
Okay, so to answer your first question, of course you can fall in love with someone virtually. They don't exist. They're not a real person.
Wait.
They're going to tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean?
That's
they
a
might
good point. They can tell you what you
call
want to hear.
all the time or pretend like, I mean, not pretend because it could be an actual person.
Yeah.
But if it's a virtual person, they're going to cater to whatever it is that you need.
Yeah.
Right.
Until you actually physically see a picture of them or
Right.
you get to actually see them in person and you're like, oh,
She must
personality
watch
doesn't
Catfish.
match
She
up
knows what
with
goes
the
down.
looks,
Yeah.
you know? And then that could be an issue.
That's a good point, though. Yeah, because like you said, if you're talking to somebody online, they're going to give you exactly what you want. They know what you like after a certain period of time, but they know what you want to hear. If you're making them happy to...
People like that in person.
well, they are like that in person,
Very
too.
true.
So I
it's
do...
like Catfish, the television show.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's just like
Catfish.
Catfish.
Catfished all the time.
Ooh.
And they be on TV sending money across the United States, buying all types of stuff because they're not the real person.
Yeah.
So, of course, you can fall in love with someone virtually. Anybody can do that. I can tell you anything and everything you want to hear.
Yeah.
And then you see me and you be like, whoa. You're not the same size, or you're too short, or
You
you're
look
black.
busted.
You're a
What if
black
they
girl,
look the
like,
exact
you know,
same?
so-
Yeah, what if
thinking
they
about,
if they looked exactly the same, but their personality was different,
Yeah.
and they showed you the real
Right.
them all of a sudden?
person.
That would be
Exactly.
scary. That would be so degrading in my mind. Like my heart would drop.
Yeah.
But I wasted
Yeah,
my time and my energy in you, and you're just gonna be a flop. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
So what do you
Exactly.
think
And then
about
you're-
long distance relationships? Like, could you do one?
I've done them before. And
Tell me the location. How far away were you from each other?
But I've done two. So the first one I did, I was only about an hour and a half, 2 hours
That's
away
not
from the
bad.
person at the time.
That's not too bad. Okay.
Driving,
And
right?
it driving,
Okay.
yes. And it wasn't bad. I just feel like when you have a long distance relationship, the ultimate goal is to be together.
Right.
So with that being said, if I'm talking to you and we're talking and we're still talking, and it's been 5 years, where is this going and why are we still
Nowhere.
talking?
Yeah.
Somebody needs to make a move regarding whether I'm going to move with you, you're going to move with me, or
Yeah.
we're going to live. Because at the
Right.
end of the day, the goal is to get together. If I'm going to talk to you for 5 years and it's not going anywhere, guess what? It's not going to go anywhere.
Nope.
Right.
And then, like, that's just, like, to me, it's like, and then my thing is, the only difference with long-distance relationships are you eventually, in the event if you do end up becoming one and living together,
Right.
you get to see how the other person really is in person.
Right.
Yeah.
If a person is totally different over the phone,
Mhm.
talking every day, emailing, whatever,
That's what I was
texting,
saying,
hey,
yeah.
babe, I'm
Yeah.
making dinner. But when you actually get to live with the person and you see this person could be a slob,
Yep.
this person could be funky, don't brush their teeth, this
Yes.
person,
Oh my God. It's
you
so
know,
true.
don't clean up, you know. So it's like long distance relationships, I believe, can work if the goal is at the end of the day to be together. But if we're
Right.
going to talk for 5 years, 6 years, and I'm still living in this state and you're in that state, and it's not going anywhere, why are we even talking?
Yeah.
We could be friends and just keep it moving. You shouldn't have to put yourself on hold for someone.
Okay, let me ask you this last question. This is a topic we're about to get into as well. Kind of in the same realm, if you will. So let's start fresh. So you have someone locally who you're talking to who's, around the corner from you. You fall in love with them, getting to know them. But let me go back a little bit. You're not falling in love yet. You're like in the first 2 months of getting to know each other. Maybe a relationship, but maybe not yet. You're feeling them out. So can you fall in love with a person before having sex with them? A lot of people say no, but I'm curious to figure out.
Yes. I think
Hell
you
yeah.
can. I mean, my thing is sex makes it better, but
Yeah.
sometimes sex is not always the answer.
Right, and what if it's
You know what I'm
bad
saying? Like,
and it
because
ruins it?
some people, like I had a friend of mine that said, like, she had a girlfriend that married a guy, never had sex with the guy, but married him. They did
Still?
the right thing.
How they
So
had
you're
sex?
supposed to not have sex
Yep.
before you get married. They did the right thing.
Oh, okay.
And
Christian.
they ended up, if I'm not mistaken, getting a divorce.
Oh.
And the girlfriend was telling my friend that the sex was terrible. And I'm
Oh.
like, well, she was a virgin? She was like, no. She was like, but with him, she just like, we're going to do it as right. The
Right.
sex is terrible. So now my thing is this. You're married to a man who doesn't sexually please you. So then now what do you do?
Yep.
You know,
So,
pull
I
out
mean,
that good old
sometimes sex can make
double
it
A
better.
batteries.
I mean,
have a
that too, of
polyamorous
course. You can
relationship.
get you a little vibrator. But sometimes having sex can make it worse, too, because if you think about it, some girls go crazy. The guy got the best dick in the world, and he put it on her. Oh, my, I got to see this. I got to see him. I got to see him. And then, like, he'd be like, yo, calm down. Like, so sex sometimes is not always the answer as far as falling in love, per se,
Right.
Unless it's mutual.
Yeah, right. I agree with you. I think if you land, you know, that good old eggplant, and you know what you're doing, you know what I mean. Well, depending on what you got, you
Right.
might have eggplant, you
Make
may
you
have
go crazy.
banana, who knows.
Make you go crazy.
If you
then
lay
don't
in
know what
it
to
right,
do.
and then they start getting too clingy sometimes. But I will say that I think that sex is very healthy in a relationship, and in my mind, it's going to be needed because I'm gonna tell you right now. If you're not gonna have it in your own bed, you're gonna find it somewhere else, whether
Yeah,
whether
and
it's
that's
you or
another
them.
issue, yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
You're going to start looking other ways, and that's not good. So
Yeah.
to answer your question, do I think, what do you say, if I think that you can fall in love before sex?
Yeah.
Yes, and I think you can fall, it's like 50-50. You know, like, not always. Like, sometimes sex can ruin a relationship.
Right.
Because that's all
That's
a
true.
guy, I'm sorry, guys are dogs. That's all they think about sometimes. Like, you know, when we going to do this, when we going to do this. Like, sometimes if you get to know a person first, you can fall in love with them. And sometimes
Yeah.
if you put it down really good, then hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Then that can make you fall in love with them even better.
Well, I
so
have-
it's like 50-50 with sex.
I have a rule of thumb, and every person that I talk to moving forward since my last 2 exes ago, I will not sleep with anybody on the first date or second date. I make sure of that, and it's always going to be my rule of thumb. But I will not allow for us to have sex until we've at least gone out on a handful of dates and we know something about each other to where we'll remember it, and it's not just like what you did yesterday. Like, tell me about my background. What did you learn about me? Like, you have to know something about me. I'm not gonna quiz you like that, but you have to know. I can tell.
Why can I picture you quizzing?
We have to have a good
And you
vibe.
can
and
have a
it's-
little
yeah.
dot moment, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? When you're getting over something, hey, your little dot moment. And
Yeah.
get out there.
Why ain't
Go
they
Yeah.
don't have sex?
Yeah, but I do think it's important. Once you get to it though, and you have it, then there's no stopping. You know, like rabbits. But you got to ease your way into it. I feel like don't rush it because it may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing. So no, we appreciate you calling in,
Yeah, thanks for
Bailey.
calling in,
Thanks
love.
for all the answers. Great stuff.
No problem. You guys have a good night. I love your show. It's awesome.
Oh, thank
Keep up
you.
the good
Thank
work.
you. Have a
Thank you
beautiful
so
night,
much.
love.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All this sex talk.
Damn it! And now I want some.
We might have to go take a little
I'm about
break.
to fly to Miami.
Fly to Miami. Who was in Miami? Oh wait, the dude that she was just saying. Uh oh. No, you're not playing. Oh, she's not playing. Wait a minute. If you tuning in Miami and you like, and you know Anna, go ahead and call it. I want to find out who you are because I'm nosy. I'm nosy. We have a phone call. Oh, look, we find out. We think we got phone calls in here. We got Casper calling us. So what? Okay.
Oh, no, what about you? Damn it! Oh, you
I talked about me. I'm a freaky person in general, but once you get to know somebody in general, I feel like I said, then it's going down.
Yeah, I mean, for
I
me,
used
I think
to
it's
be
all
a-
about connection for me. Like,
Right.
I've never ever had a one night stand.
Never? Oh, I've had too many of them, unfortunately.
I've never had a
Not a
one-night-
good thing, but I've had way too
I had
many.
like a
of them.
one night kiss or a hump or some shit.
That doesn't count.
No, that shit don't count.
Kissing is like kindergarten stuff.
I know,
like-
whatever. I mean, it was sexy as shit in my mind. I was in Albuquerque and some sexy Latino guy. I'm like, ooh, and then we like floated to each other and shit.
Oh,
and
y'all
like,
lifted off your feet.
Yeah.
Ooh,
then we like kissed.
that good old chemistry.
We don't know that, yo, that
I said,
chemistry,
ooh.
baby. I'm like,
The good old
wepa, like, oh.
That's all that happened. It was just a kiss.
All we did was kiss, man, and then
He ain't kiss your other lips.
no, shut up, yo.
I just want to know.
No, he ain't kiss my other.
I just want to know which ones were puckering, the
I was
top or
there
bottom
for
level.
work and we kissed, and then the next day he took me out on a date.
He was expecting the next level. It's what he was
didn't get nothing.
expecting. See,
he was a perfect
thinking.
gentleman, and then I went back to Baltimore, and that was it. This was like 5 years
he
ago.
probably had a crush
6
on
years
you. Probably still
We're
thinks
still
about
friends
you.
on Facebook.
He probably thought, yeah. Do you send him some pictures sometimes?
No, I don't talk to him. I mean, we're friends on Facebook. I don't talk to him anymore.
No pictures, no videos.
No,
little
it was
introduction
just- it was
to
just
like
a
Hello
nice-
Kitty introduction.
Hello, Kitty. Yo, that sounds
Hello.
horrible.
How you doing, Miss Kit Kat?
Kit
Look,
Kat, bro.
I don't know what to tell you, but I used to be a freak. I'm not no more. I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh Lord.
I don't want to be a freak no more. I feel like I've changed my ways. I don't know. I mean, I'm a freak.
No,
Ooh,
you haven't
goodness.
changed your freaky ways.
I'm a
I said,
freak,
boy.
but I'm a freak with somebody that
be
I'm
freaky
interested
with.
in right now. Like I'm a freak with them. Let's just say that.
Wait for that.
Mm.
Lord.
To the point where like my bed has fallen off its bed lifts and
Yep.
everything. Like I'm a freak.
Outside.
Broke the bed, everything.
Yep, done that before.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Outside. You going? Yeah.
Outside.
I did have a nice one time. I remember a long time ago when I was 18 years old. We went to this. I used to love doing it outside. I used to be very adventurous.
Yes,
So I
that's
took
good.
the person I was talking to this random construction site where they were like building a. First of all, I didn't know a church was being built there. I did not know. I'm sorry,
gonna pray
Jesus.
for your soul,
I did
bro.
not know it was a church, but a church was being. It wasn't built yet. The construction trucks and shit was out there. It was all the dirt. Like so, I brought.
Forklift. or whatever.
Almost.
I mean, what is this thing's
We
called?
the lifts close enough. No, we didn't do it. It would have been fun though. Go lifting them up literally. No, we had a bottle of wine. It was really sexy with a bottle of wine, and we had a big old like thick blanket, and it was like a nice cool autumn night, and we laid it out on the ground, and we just got into it. What was crazy was I'll never ever forget it. There was like a little trailer that was on a construction site where I didn't even see it. It was pitch black. It was like an office. Apparently people were in there.
They were watching you?
They came out
Shut
in the truck, came, I guess, quietly up to around the area where we were and turned the headlights on, and we were butt naked.
Isn't
The
it?
clothes were in the car.
What did y'all do?
The clothes were in the car.
Yo, I'd have been laughing
I didn't
my
run.
ass
I
off.
stood up and was just like this, butt naked, with my arms in the
What
air.
you want me? What?
Like, you want me to move? You're not. Nothing's on this property right now. Nothing's on this property. Right. Right. Do you want to come over here too on a blanket? There's room
You
for
want some of
three.
this?
There's room for three.
slide.
Start swinging around a little bit. Watch out for the helicopter. No, like literally. I had a good time though. We didn't front. We didn't run. We walked patiently. We walked quietly, slowly to the car.
Put your
With our
clothes
clothes,
on.
no, we drove back home with our clothes off. But thank God I didn't get pulled over because I thought they were going to call the cops. And I was like, if I get pulled over and we're both naked, we're going to say like we're nudists or something. Like I don't know what
Yeah,
to say.
some crazy
We'll come up with
cult
something.
shit.
But yeah, it was fun.
That's hilarious.
I like people watching. I don't mind getting caught. I
do
encourage
too.
people watching. I love
think it's
people to watch.
amazing.
I told you I used to be a webcam model. So I used to do certain things. Yeah.
You should do it now, and I can be your business partner and make some money off.
You could. We can
I
make some good
told-
profits.
hell yeah.
Because one thing I learned about it is obviously the more viewers you get, the more money you make.
That's
If you
right.
get them in a private chat and you get
Money.
20 viewers, you can make $1,000 in less than an hour.
Don't give me no idea.
All I gotta do is beat off, and I make $1,000.
What the hell? Trump, how much time we got left? We got a whole nother time.
Look, all I would tell you is I was sore for a while, so let's just say that. But we'll keep it real with y'all. It took a lot out of me,
Professional
literally.
webcam beater.
So anyway, look, we are done for today. Look, next week, really quick. Oh my gosh, next week's gonna be big.
Yes.
We have no flakes. I'm gonna say that hashtag no flakes.
No
No
flakes.
flakes on the show, like today's show. No flakes. We will not be flaking out next week. We have a very special guest. For one, our show is going to be dedicated to Mother's Day. So we will hopefully have Honor and Tay in the studio with some special guests, but Mother's Day tribute next week. But also, our special guest that I was waiting to tell people about. We have an interview with Miss Robin Dixon from Real Housewives of Potomac. She is excited to interview with us. We will have her talking about her journey on Real Housewives. They are on season 2 right now on Sunday nights. Episode 7, I think, is on. But anyways, Robin will be in the studio talking with us about her journey. Most importantly, though, what you don't get to see on TV, what happens with production, what happens with casting, what happens when the cameras are shut off that we want to know about. We're going to get into the juicy details with Robin. Make sure y'all are tuning in next week, Out the Box Radio. Next week is also the season finale of something.
What?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I was thinking Housewives. Next week is the season finale of the Ripped Radio, the whole season. So this is going to be it. So make sure y'all tune in. It's going to be a heavy week with all the shows that are on the network. Be sure to tune into our show at the Box Radio from 6 to 7 p.m. with Miss Robin Dixon and our co-host and some special guests with the co-host.
Yes.
We cannot wait to get into it. It's going to be a wonderful, fun, emotional, crazy, out the box type of show. So we will see you next week. Honor, any last words before we dip out?
I need to get into webcamming.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk offline. Hashtag no flakes. Make sure you hashtag it because we don't like flakes on the show. BGC is a bitch. That's why you got cut off the air, and we're done.
Ooh.